you know, being faced with a number of motions from defense attorneys, public defender's office, and so forth, it's time consuming, and it takes away from the regular duties. So most departments have actually assigned a prosecutor, whether it be a police officer that does it full time or they hire an attorney. We didn't have the staffing to have assign a deputy full time, so the sheriff decided to, you know, bring in an attorney on a part-time basis and, you know, evaluate that and see how it went.
How much have we used that person?
I'm thinking about 10 hours a week is on average.
That we've used him several times already?
It's about 10 hours a week. He comes in during the week, goes over the cases, then he'll either go to the northern court or southern court and take care of whatever's going on, and whether they have a trial or, you know, plea out the case or so forth.
Point of order.
Okay, go ahead.
Is this, I was under the impression, but you're using the word prosecutor, I was under the impression that this individual is being hired to investigate the jailbreak?
No.
But that's not the case.
Else.
He's being hired on a regular basis to handle the prosecution for the sheriff's department?
Right. Yep.
What do you need me to do with the sheriff?
Well, it's it's illegal the way it is.
I said my intent is to, after Monday and so forth, learn again. I'm new into this, so is to bring in what we think we need for a cost, bring it to the delegation, ask that it be added in. I thought that was what I had to do. If I need to be doing something else, I'll certainly do that.
I think that's the direction you should go in, but then that only becomes effective 1st of April when it's approved. What we do between now and the 1st of April is a problem. And probably what we did when we first hired him back last year through December is another problem.
Is it a matter of where his pay comes from, which line item, or?
I think it's a case of, like I said, if he was a deputy and took on that responsibility, it probably wouldn't have been a problem because they're already doing that. But he's not a deputy, so he falls in a different category, which was not approved by the delegation, the line item. The ultimate is to terminate him.
It's the ultimate, or is that the?
The alternative is to terminate him because we don't. What's that? Point of order, you said?
Point of order.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you can do. You can't do anything other than that. And when the sheriff said 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago that he had hired this person as a deputy, I mean, not to get into the tenor of my friend Mr. Brown, but I mean, that's just a misstatement. I would go as far as to say it was a lie. So this whole idea that they can run unfettered in this sheriff's department, I mean, you have to say it's not. There's no money available. There's no line item, and there's no authority to hire this person. There's no other alternative but to discontinue it. And if you were to deputize him now, that doesn't mitigate the damage that was done previous to this. I mean, he's already had that person on board. He's been paying them. You know, it's a course of conduct that's just outrageous. And this whole idea, and we have gently said, I have gently said, you have gently said, Commissioner Solomon has gently said, it would be nice if the sheriff would bring these things forward.
Yeah.
It's the law. He has to bring them forward. This Hummer issue, my position is send the damn things back. They were
that's not your.
I know it isn't, but they were never properly brought into the inventory of the county. I mean, at some point in time, the reins need to be pulled. And this attorney issue, if you don't have him dismissed or stop his employment, you're just breaking the law.
So, Mr. Santuccio, he did get paid. The new prosecutor get paid?
He has been getting paid, yes.
Okay. So he can stay on as a volunteer now? till the 1st of April.
Yeah, I doubt that, but
And then the 1st of April, he get paid.
You're
Because
gonna give
there's
all the
no
money
money,
back that we've already
there's no
paid him?
money in the line item I hear now. There's no,
Yeah,
or we cannot pay him, so,
I'll go.
but he is still, he's here. I mean, or I don't know what.
I'll move forward.
The way I feel is, I think he should be terminated because we don't have a line item, but I'd open it up to anybody else on the board as to their comments.
Seems rational.
What's that?
Seems the rational way to do it.
I don't know if there's any other alternative.
I don't know, I think maybe the sheriff needs to come on and give some more explanation. I'd like to have some paperwork and see
Yeah.
some more about the prosecutor.
Okay.
Maybe after the meeting I will come in if he has.
Okay.
Like to see some things.
I think you should terminate the prosecutor in the sheriff's office
Mhm.
immediately. But I see no reason why you shouldn't put it in the budget. And I don't think it's too late to put it in the budget. You've got another meeting on the 23rd,
January 23rd. Yes.
23rd with the subcommittee.
That's correct.
Bring it up then. I'll put it in the budget for next year, for this year.
Okay.
So you think he should be terminated and he can be hired the 1st of April? Is that what you're saying?
If the budget is approved, if the delegation approves of a prosecutor in the sheriff's department, then he can be rehired. Or it put out the bid, a job description. I'm not sure. Do we have a job description? Check on, I think I told the sheriff that there needs to be a job description for that position. I thought he was hired as a deputy, but
Maybe he was, maybe I misunderstand, but I'll talk with the
see if you can
sheriff.
get it cleaned up
Yeah.
and get a job description for that
Yeah.
position
So we're
through the HR person, okay?
Okay.
Work with her.
not- So we're not clear now if he's hired as a deputy or not? You don't know?
It's not my belief that's the case, but I'll check with the sheriff. If it does look like he's hired as a deputy, I'll
He's
come
not a
right back in.
policeman in Wolfboro Fire Department.
He's not a sworn,
He's an attorney.
he's an attorney, he's not a sworn officer, or he hasn't gone to the part-time academy, he hasn't gone to the full-time academy.
Okay.
That I am aware of, and if
Okay.
that's different, then I'll let you know.
Okay. I personally think it's a great idea, but it's not legal right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I understand that, yeah.
All
right.
Just one last.
Go ahead, Mr. Albee.
I don't want the deputy to misunderstand. I fully support the notion of an attorney prosecutor for the sheriff's department. I think it needs to be done. I think it needs to be done the right way. But I think most, as you say, larger police operations are doing lawyer prosecutors as opposed to having their officers do it.
Yeah,
It's
Conway did it.
much more efficient, much more productive, if you will.
Yes.
So-
No, I understand what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, we did it again. Go ahead.
Can you remind me who the prosecutor is, and I'm wondering if the Hummers are available on site so we can take a picture of them.
Farm rights.
The Hummers are not on site right now, but the prosecutor's name is Tim Morgan.
And he's Wolfboro.
This motion is
He does prosecute for Wolfboro as well.
not the
Wolfboro
closing
PD?
of the
Yes.
grant, to accept the grant line.
Okay, I guess you got all my questions answered.
I have a question, and we discussed this the other day, but I would like it to be here so that, I brought up a question to the sheriff when he was here regarding vests, and a call that I had received from someone wondering why there were no new vests in the budget for the deputies. And would you explain what you told me?
Each deputy has to have their own vest because they have to be fitted for it independently. Most of them have a 5-year shelf life, and after that 5 years, we replace it. It is in the budget. It's not in the budget under a line item of bulletproof vest. That's under the uniform expenses, and it has been taken out of the deputy expenses as well in order to fill those needs. But no, everyone's up to speed and safe, and the
Thank
two new guys just got their fitted the other day, and we had one that expired is expiring, and that guy's already been down and fitted. It just takes a few weeks for them to get made and come in.
I just wanted to
Yep.
for the public.
They're wearing those all the time?
Yes, the road deputies are.
That came up when we first got involved in purchasing vests, and that is that the sheriff at that time said that they were wearing them all the time, so.
Yeah, they are.
Go ahead.
If statutorily the sheriff's department is responsible for the transport of prisoners, security at the court, and the service of papers, I'm wondering what types of cases are being prosecuted by the sheriff's department, and how many a year, or what types of things?
I mean, statutorily, that's what we are responsible for, but we're also covering a number of road calls, answering same police calls as other police departments. There's a number of towns in Carroll County without police departments and part-time police departments that we cover and answer calls along with state police. So I don't have a number as far as how many we're doing every week or year. I can get that to you.
Is that something that might be in the annual report?
It is in the annual report.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
But essentially, it'd be stuff like speeding tickets and assaults and stuff like that, misdemeanors. It wouldn't be the felony level cases, it would be the misdemeanor.
We have a number of felony level cases.
You wouldn't be, those would be the county attorney.
Oh, we don't prosecute those.
Right.
No.
But
We investigate those. County attorney does all felonies for.
In terms of prosecuting, it'd be misdemeanors and violations.
That's correct, yeah. In the district court level.
Right.
And people catching illegal fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for,
Okay.
and I thank you for cooperating with the commissioners. You, like Captain Hebert before you, was very good in keeping the commissioners informed, so
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Kathy, Gary, you got some things?
I just wanted to say the delegation has scheduled a budget meeting for September, January 30th.
9 o'clock?
Yes, 9 o'clock.
So when are you?
January 30th
January.
at 9 o'clock. And then the following 2 Mondays in February,
6th and the 13th?
6th and 13th. And that's to start the budget process.
Okay.
Same time, eh?
Yes.
All 9?
Yep. I believe.
If it comes up for March 5th, I won't be here.
Okay.
So if
The following
the
March
chairman
12th.
decides to, yeah, the rest of the month is okay, but I just won't be here on the 5th.
Okay. And the other commissioners, are those
let's
dates
see.
convenient?
Just give me a minute.
Yep.
Let me check it out. That is in March, you mean?
Okay.
And how many March do you have?
So far, she was going to say 2 in March with a possible 3rd at the end of the month. But
Is it the Monday? You mean, is
yeah,
it March 5th?
the 12th and 19th
Or
If-
is it the 12th and the 19th?
so far.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, if that
I will
But
be
that's
here.
can be-
The 5th could be changed to the 19th, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
I will be
Okay.
here, 12th
Okay.
and the 9th.
All those Mondays, and you, Dorothy?
And let me check the other one was the 13th.
Okay, you got,
It's very far advanced, but yeah, I think it's the
I
only
mean,
thing on my
yeah,
calendar
I mean, that's
now.
always subject to bad weather and
Otherwise,
all that, but
what is the policy on bad weather? The chairman of the delegation calls the dispatch center, and anybody that wants to know whether the meeting is being held or canceled can call the dispatch center,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, what is the deal about schools being closed or delayed? Could you
I
check?
will have to get it clarified because there was, some discussion, because sometimes schools are closed in the northern part of the county, but not in
And
the
that
southern
happened
part of
last
it.
year.
And that happened last year.
Yeah.
So I'll have to get it,
Would you check and see if we can get something in writing that we can post somewhere so that people know?
yeah, I'll ask Representative Patton that.
Do you also have for me the approval letter of the boilers and the amount?
I will
Yeah,
make
if
you
you have that,
copies
that
of
would be
that.
great.
Yeah, no problem. Also, just so you know, we sent out for the bidding for the jail wall. It was in the Union Leader. I believe it was in the Conway Daily Sun. It should be in the Independent